What is going on, everyone? I am getting ready to just sit down today and do a little painting. Um, I wanted to kind of showcase some of the things that I've been working on. I have been way behind in my Marvel Crisis Protocol painting, so I was thinking of doing Carnage today. I've just kind of finished up Blade. He's mostly finished up. I had said I didn't like the base on Blade, and I wanted to have him ice skating uphill, and I tried to kind of replicate that with like the back of the mini. So I thought that one was pretty fun. I did a little bit of preliminary stuff on Moon Knight. I wanted to put some more apothecary white on him. And yeah, and that's kind of what we've got going on today. I'm grabbing a few other things, and we're going to have some fun. All right. So, just to start things off, I am gonna do a base coat, I think, on Carnage, and I think he's just gonna be like red pretty much all over the place. So let me see if I can kind of get a little bit more downward. There we go. All right. So I've got a couple of different reds here. Hey, everybody that is joining in, hanging out. So I've got like a flat red, which is really good. I've got a black red too, which might be a little bit better as like a base, and to get a little bit of like undertones on there first. And then I've also got this really nice vermilion, which is it's definitely a much brighter and more appealing sort of color. I think I'm gonna start off with the black red. Make him a little darker. I think that's a real pretty-ish kind of red. And we can get it all over again. And I want to thin it out a little bit. And hopefully this will be a good kind of first coat. I put a lot of water in my paints when I thin them out, especially for something that's going to be like an undercoat like this. I don't mind if it's extra thin, because I am going to go back through with some other reds, but a little bit less thinned out. And so this might eliminate the need to wash, to put a wash on the mini. So that's kind of what I'm working on here. Once I get this on, I might switch over to Moon Knight, and I want to put some apothecary white on him too. He's just such a boring mini to paint, right? He's just white. So I want to get as many little intricacies of shading in there as I can. So I started out with him. I just did all blue, and then kind of did some like an ivory over top of that, and then like a little bit of dry brushing and white above that, and it just doesn't feel like that's enough. So I want to toss in some apothecary white to add like a different dimension to it, and see how it'll look. Sometimes I don't even know, sometimes I'm not even sure how it's going to look. This mini is weird because it's like it's so wiggly. Like it's very, very wiggly. But hopefully you guys are doing well. I just got done watching the Book of Boba Fett, and I'm not going to talk about that just yet. Got to watch it again with the kiddos after they get out of school, and that'll be a fun one. But yeah, it was a good episode, so that's exciting. But now I needed something to kind of come down off of that, and I said, let's go paint, and let's just live stream a little bit, have some fun. How many of you guys saw the new Shield stuff that AMG just posted? Nick Fury and Shield agents are coming to Marvel Crisis Protocol, it looks like. That one is going to be pretty wild, because it's going to be multiple minis on... what's going on, Kyle? You just finished it too? Yeah, it was a good episode. A lot of cool things in there, a lot of cool stuff to talk about. But so Nick Fury and Shield is going to be interesting, because like I shared on like the in the YouTube communities section yesterday. I had already done like a video called Marvel Legion. Was this what they were going to do, like Hydra and Shield agents, and have more like ground level troops for like in a Star Wars Legion style game. What if they did Marvel Legion, and and I did that a while back, and people were like, they'll never do that. They'll never do ground units or regular common troops in the game. And look at that. Look at what they're doing. They're doing common regular humans. Well, I mean, they kind of already have. You look at who else could they do mini minions for? AIM troopers, Hydra. Those are some easy ones. New York City cops. That's like a SWAT team. Things like that. Those are all kind of workout hand ninjas. When they, if they want to experiment with the Daredevil stuff a little bit more, I think we'll see more hand stuff. If they do Elektra, having a bunch of hand ninjas fighting her would be good. There's a lot of that they can do. Yeah, I think there's a ton of options. Chitauri, maybe. Maybe Skrull. I don't know how they're gonna, how that's gonna happen. That probably won't be for a while. But yeah, there's a lot of, and they could even do like objectives that are mini things too, like save the civilians. Yeah, I think there's a lot of mini options that they can go with. But Nick Fury looks cool. Now I'm curious if he comes with them or if those are gonna be two separate packs. Because that's I don't know if I really want like shield troops. Like I don't know if that's something. I don't mind specific shield agents. The hordes that Thanos had in the movies. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you had a lot of those in Wakanda and stuff like that. But I feel like at that point you're getting into a different game, different game's design space. Not that that's, I mean, and normally I would have no problem with that, but they have so many games right now, I feel like that's, and I feel like there's so much potential crossover between Legion and MCP already that this is just crossing them one step further that doesn't need to be, I feel like I'd rather them just do a full-blown Marvel Legion. But, that's okay. That's I'm sure it'll be fun and cool. I'm just a little like wondering if this is going to be a trend now, if they're just going to keep doing mini minion or mini bases. All right, so I'm going to let him dry. I think he got a good enough kind of starter base coat, undercoat on him. Next up is gonna be Moon Knight. You can see I already done some blue in him, and I've got to do a lot more with this dude. What's the biggest brush I've got right now? Because I'm gonna slobber this stuff on. Is this one gonna work? No, it's too big. That one's crazy. Nope. Sometimes I leave brushes out and forget to rinse them off, and then they're like almost destroyed, and it becomes very difficult to recover them. I tried doing that one day where I just said I'm going to try and take all these old brushes and try and save them, and I tried doing that, and that was not always the best thing to do, but it saved a few. All right, so I'm putting Apothecary White on Moon Knight right now, and this is going to go everywhere. I've already done a lot of stuff to him, and I mean, he's probably table ready because, except for his eyes. But I just want to get a little more detail on some of the little intricacies of his costume, and I don't trust myself to freehand all of it. So Apothecary White is kind of like cheating. Contrast paints they have a use, and this is probably one of my favorite ones. This may be my favorite one because white is often so difficult, and this saves you so much headache of just getting just the right level of shade on somebody like him, you know. Wish this brush were a little thicker. I probably should be using a stand or something like that. I've bought these Games Workshop like mini holders for painting and stuff, and I don't ever use them because I don't like them. I don't know why. This would probably be a good one to use it though, since. Oh yeah. What do you think they will announce new material for Legion? They must first release all the material from the Scum sub-faction. Oh, the Shadow Collective. Well, I think they're getting closer to announcing new stuff for Legion because they've already spoiled a lot of stuff like the Boba Fett miniature. They kind of already spoiled, Ahsoka. I've heard some people say that they spoiled Din Djarin too, and while we know he's coming, I don't think they specifically named dropped him as being a confirm. I don't think he's been hard confirmed yet, even though we know that they'll do him. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, maybe it was something. I mean, look, there's so many like off the cuff remarks that happen during mini extravaganza and when they're doing their live streams that I can't catch all of it. So it becomes hard to be able to point to a specific timestamp when they may or may not have said something. But point being, they definitely are going to do him at some point. That's for sure. So, it's interesting because there's definitely a lot of stuff they could announce. There's a lot of stuff that's going to lead into my next return of the Double Critical is going to be coming back, and we're going to be talking about some different kind of things, and it's going to be related to. It's going to be more Legion specific this time, or rather all Legion specific. But it's going to definitely go on the more speculative side. So a little bit more close to how we did the first season of Double Crit, whereas second season was like all games. So we're kind of going back to our roots. Okay, I think that's going to do it for him. So we'll see how he looks once he dries. He should have a lot more detail. Also, if you guys haven't seen already, this is my blade. I totally rebased him. And I gave him ice and snow. I wanted him ice skating uphill, which was going to be hard because of how his cape and his pose are. So I kind of gave him ice skates and used like he is going uphill, and tried to put some lines on the base to kind of show that he is kind of headed uphill, but maybe his cape is just frozen, or his coat is rather just frozen. So that's Blade, and I posted a picture of this in the Marvel. I posted on my Facebook and then the Marvel Facebook group too, the Marvel MCP Facebook group. I've been working on Lizard a little bit. I got some of the base coating done for him, and I did him separate than his base. I wanted to do some airbrushing for the water effect, and it just came out just only okay. Sometimes I have these grand aspirations for how I want something to look, and then it just doesn't come out that good. So that's it for those guys. I'm gonna try and go back. I'm gonna take a flat red now onto Carnage and try and get some parts of him, a little bit more of like the top parts, and. Yep. Oh, and I got paint on my finger. It's not blood. It's red paint. I smeared. Uh-oh. Okay, we got some of it off. But, yep. All right, so definitely on the top. Oh, that's bright. That's thicker than I thought. There we go. So. Oh boy, that's super bright. It's going to be tough to get the white on his eyes after I'm done here, but that's why I just want to get the base coat in, and then I can go back. A lot of times I'll mix colors too, but I'm not doing that here. Not mixing anything because I'm going to make mistakes trying to get the eyes right. especially as kind of flimsy as this miniature is. I think this part here, yeah, I'd have to re-glue. You see, this foot is like the glue didn't take there, so if I glue that, he'll probably be less flimsy. I'll probably do that. I hate when that happens. Like, that's a cool thing. Like AMG makes really cool models and stuff, but sometimes they try to get these like such dynamic poses that it becomes a real pain in the butt to get them to stay. Like my Storm is like comes loose like all the time, and I'm like, I thought that this super glue was supposed to like permanently bond the plastics, but I swear like they come undone sometimes. I don't know if it has happened to any of you guys, but they definitely become undone at times. Boop, boop, boop. This guy is going to be tricky, though, to get all of the individual, like, little black lines. I don't think I'm doing that today, because I'm putting this on nice and wet, so it's going to take a little while to dry. And it's cold today, for whatever reason. Well, because it's winter time. It's snowing everywhere else in the country, not here in Florida. It's just a little chilly today in Florida, which I'm sure a lot of folks up north would not consider chilly at all, but yeah, it's nice. Whoa! Goodness gracious. That's my garage door opening. Hera, go sit. Well, so, yeah. But that's, this guy's like almost done. Well, at least for the base coating. Same problem with plastic glue. Are these models for a particular board game? These are for Marvel Crisis Protocol, a miniatures game from Atomic Mass Games. And yeah, they're it's a mini skirmish game. But
Kara.
Is she okay?
Coming.
Hey, Hera, get over here. Sorry, my dog is my dog is going crazy.
Come on.
I'm gonna go get her. I'm gonna put these guys back on the screen here. I'm gonna go grab my dog.
Sorry.
It's okay. Get in here. Get in the house. Thank you. All right. Dog recovered. So what's going on, everybody? If you just tuned in, I am working on Carnage today. I've actually been kind of going back and forth between a couple of different ones. I put some more Apothecary White on Moon Knight. Don't drop him in the red there, goodness. So there, he's drying. He's still very, very wet with contrast paint. And then I was showing off the Blade ice skating uphill, or trying to make him ice skate uphill. He's still, that pose, he's always going to be going downhill with his jacket straight up like that. But I try to give him ice skates and have him sort of going around the corner and uphill a little bit, the best I could do. But I did not like the base that came with Blade. Just so we're familiar, like, with how he looks like, this was the base that came with Blade, and he initially had, like, you know, zombie hands or whatever coming out of the ground. Like, that just didn't make sense to me. I didn't think it looked right at all, and I did not want my Blade to be on zombie hands with smoke and stuff like that. Didn't like it. So I thought I would do something to personalize it. I don't normally do a lot of my bases for MCP, because since they already have, you know, very specific bases. Like Craven here is already on the, you know, the zoo, you know, bricks, and you know, they do so much. You know, Mysterio here has got all of the Mysterium goop and the gas and stuff, and then Lizard's got like this freaking incredible base. You know, like, there's really not a whole lot of reason for me to do a whole lot of base work on Marvel Crisis Protocol figures. So I usually don't. I usually just kind of leave them sort of as they are. All right, let's take some of this vermilion and get some of the Oh, that's almost the same as the regular red, isn't it? I'm gonna add a little white to it. Just a little. Just a little. See if I can brighten it up and just get some of the top areas. There we go. Just some of the top areas. Oh, that's a little bit thicker than I wanted. I'll just thin it out a little bit. There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Now I got like 3 different like shades of red on this guy. Oh, I said I wasn't going to blend either because I knew I was going to screw up when I did the eyes. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have that'll be an excuse to come back through and do some more. How are his, his fingernails are going to be black, so I really don't have to worry about getting the blades of his fingernails all that much. So that's good. Let me put a little more of that in there. Oh, a little bit too much. A little bit. Make sure I get that. And get the foot there. The calf. All right, that looks good. So this guy will, first time on one of the live hangouts. What's going on, Champ Styles? How you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good new year so far. Yeah, we're doing all right. Make sure you watch Book of Boba Fett. It's out. It's a good episode today. I'm not going to talk about it. No spoilers in chat, please. But probably, you know what? Maybe we'll do like a live chat and talk about it like tomorrow or the next day. I thought that was I think, it's fun to talk about these new shows. I used to do Mando chat for The Mandalorian, and that would come out. Oh boy, lots of really tiny veins in here. He is going to be an absolute nightmare to get all that individual detailing on, huh? But that's okay. That's a good kind of a good start. I think a good base coat for him. And I think that's where I'm going to leave him to dry. Well, I could probably try his eyes since I've got all the other. Let's see. Is this one going to be good enough? I only need a little bit of white, and I already have some white on the wet palette here. Let's see. Can I get it? Oh man, no, it's too wet still. It's just turned out pink. Oh, that's okay. Oh, he's got to have black around the eyes too, doesn't he? Oh boy. Well, this one's gonna be hard. All right. We're getting some results. We're getting something here. I'm gonna have to retouch all of that, but that's where we can kind of start for now. Should I get the mouth too? I'll get a little bit in the mouth. I'll be going back over the mouth. Probably putting some more deeper red in there, but I want the mouth to kind of stand out. And white underneath will make it a brighter red no matter what I do. Make it pop a little more. All right, so the black I have to get a super fine brush and come in and do it. Captain Keeter, you're an Armada player, but looking to get into X-Wing. Any suggestions on where to start? Yeah, with a starter. I need a 2nd edition starter box. I need to update my what to buy first videos. One of the problems I have is there's so much for X-Wing that like it takes forever to kind of really sort them all out and figure out what you need to buy. And I think I'm going to change up the what to buy first series for X-Wing to just be like black boxes, second edition stuff, because I don't need to go over every single thing. I'm just going to go over like what are some of like maybe the first 5 or 6 items that you should get to get you started, and then leave the rest. I don't think I need to necessarily cover 100% of everything that you should buy and exactly what order you should buy them in. Same thing goes for like Armada and Legion too. The games are getting pretty big out there. The only one I'll cover everything for is for the Clone Wars for Armada, because they have very few. So I can easily talk about the all 4 or 5 rather per faction expansions that exist. Or 5, no 4, I guess. If you're talking about the starter and then the squadron pack and stuff. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. We kind of got a good start on Carnage there, and then we've got Moon Knight drying and Blade, who's mostly done. I think I called him done already. There might be. I think there was something else I still wanted to go back and touch up, but I don't know. We'll see. That's the beauty. You can always finish it up. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to watch Book of Boba Fett, and hopefully you guys are having a really nice day. When I get these guys done, I know somebody had asked like, hey, you should showcase all your Marvel Crisis Protocol minis again, and I probably will do that. I don't know when like Hulkbuster is supposed to come out here in the US, and some of the other things. I did skip the Doctor Strange wave, so I'm not getting those guys. But as far as everything else up to that point, I've got everything. So it'd be probably a good idea to do a showcase soon once I get these guys painted up. So we'll talk to you guys soon. I will thank you for hanging out with me today, and may the Force be with you. See ya.